Fast forward, you need come out our channel so AGH Politics Avenue. Podcast or set friend make making headlines na jebre na edibi exomo e ha nidim eni ahobraxie mu se enne ededi kan ya onua structure obetima subscribe to the channel but when so obetima hit notification bell so share na afoforo account so enter into me nkabi yanko political highways nim ejedam a enye asem koto akra Ken Ofori ata onua through domestic debt exchange program no according to a NDC journalist on Accra FM. It mean a transi ehu se yewo mpanyimfo bi wo ho a na omumfie no kwanim tiabra omusika ekoloke ya Ken Ofori ata se gise bi 15 years time and san otimi atwa omusika amawo no ibinum de areho yare etimi efrima o otimi attribute sa omu ewuo no to Ken Ofori ata se papa ne medra onua a enya asem koto akra wajemre o make a whole lot of exposés e fa Ken Ofori ata ho a onua ho be hia se ibobo awram ne yahwe ne yeko ene de eba
I know when Ken Ofori ata say ya be show a picture it ye gu nanimu ase na nsambe na one country chief justice itamwa omdo mango manimu ase now for the first time in the history of Ghana nkokura ne mrewa etempentengwa yo ya kire enye se omo pebesi o omo sika omo de ato no se me di kosie na me da hia dem manya bia koto aduro manya bia kotua me na school fees manya bi apemantwe baabi de meti ato emre na so ne yakoje a wose me fe man wo sika no metua ma waji se 15 years ma me so obaji ni sika na de 75 years na Ken Ofori ataku no na we so aba onu ba baji sika no ma pa na di 80 years obaji de na ya wose metua bon na aji se 10 years na Ken how sure are you so ni pa ko no be di 90 years eti Ken Ofori ataku nipa for kum nipa or a murderer. He has killed a lot of people with domestic debt exchange program. And you are defending murderers? What are you talking about? Second of all, what's he doing? Why is he running away from his own country? And also, free to parliament. In the first place, God has a reason why he gave you a 2/3 majority. I think so. Maybe I make a Ghana then later. I mean, could saying, party. Me imagine say me baba ka Ghana dey baba bi atrafa na me to aso. Because I didn't want to put a belligerent posture this afternoon. Na mpese me nyamre. Na me di me Ghana ho nkomo. But matia si me di ma me to aso. Mercy back to my country. There is no country even if you don't talk about some of these things. Honorable Apanyo Markin is becoming unbecoming. He has done one too many. Maso so no swatch okroma too much. Minim se senior parliament here no sana University of Ghana student parliament here and emphasis is on students. Because those times na me student parliamentarian in Legon na me ye majority leader. I handed over make one me DJ Ataisa is your MP. And he will tell you how we debated even as student. Ya kanya sasa mungu Odi ase. Ya that time na interestingly me a majority leader no. Nani ano a minority leader na din din Nana Akufo-Addo. The same name na no kura. I'm not surprised some go position now. Na me wa boy. The point I am making is yem pesa sebi ye be kire mo ne amonya because ye nim ho anke ya ho yesere. Ana ye members of parliament. But as stakeholders of Ghana's development and as stakeholders of the National Democratic Congress and as stakeholders of the grassroots community of this country. Since I'm the president of the NDC grassroots. Party? President of the NDC grassroots. NOD. Na no to that. Because mekoswa kauma samamom kozi se enyama befa. And as president of the grassroots of NDC, enyama bi wo honom na yabodwoswa. Ya bebu mabaso. Enema bu honi ya bo nyuswa ya mo mabaso. Except to say I don't have full details of the matter. But niamitie work Accra FM News no na. I listened to it. Yeah, I think Accra FM News. No omobo taper. Honorable Apenyo Mark in person say that day of State of Nation address or so. The placards. Majority for the placards by Kenuforiata picture. Was so. Yes, a big brother come home near dear. And Nuntino and you're fine. And I declare no den, and the bush young for no among tete, and I can for yata ma, and Ghana dionima. Ghana dionima. Oh, he any be ban a via Ghana say, come out by now watching at him. Obi ko tra body, Yamani 3 years them. Obi ko muram, eko kumadwa, yes, we need game permit. It's your sentence into 3 years. Pay millions of dollars. Do you know what corruption does to a nation? Corruption steals the future of the yet unborn generation. Corruption steals the hospitals that would have been built in a country. Corruption steals the quality education system that could have been instituted in a nation. Do you know what corruption does to the welfare and fabric of a nation? And that is why, ladies and gentlemen, you go to countries like China, it is a law. Say, they kill you. Now, we treat corruption with greasy palms. You treat corruption to say, well, you're down for. If you think these MPP guys are your friend, don't stop thinking that too. Yes, what me Ghana for, but they don't wish you well. Now Iran, Israel, Tokoya, and Crofobia Crackers, and here. A better is as a body by a fan with Sikasamono. MPP Nyan can talk on young could be 2 years. Way more, Ube Jamama, way more. Are you not surprised? Say for the first time in the political history of our nation, relative to the Fourth Republic, for instance, MPP co-position with a 1.7 million voting deficit or ballot deficit, 1.7 million. And interestingly, they contested a president that was a former. He was not a certain president. No, I can say he had the capacity of wealth. Or a former president for 8 years. What for 8 years by was here winning 1.7 million votes. When you know share and tenacity and your party in making sure so many chance in 2082 and I be. Okay? In Parliament, we respect Parliament because this is one of the times we've had one of the most intelligent, one of the most experienced, one of the most versatile. He's a political colossus, a legal luminary. Like Honorable, his right honorable, I beg your pardon, Aban Sumana Bagwen. One of the first times, or the few times, when he went to crack the ship, when he went to share jokes, when he went to call you my son or daughter, and when he went to declare you a fugitive, when he went to minority, when he went to call you a micro-minority, because Aban Bagwen has seen it all. So, right honorable, this is not the time for certain things to be entertained. A long-standing image of our building. The same honorable Apenyo Mark in over Kaya. Chief Justice Bafuboni Atum. Now some court he called the justice system of our country kangaroo. Any ordinary citizen of Ghana and Kenya and can see be the contempt of court. Honorable Apenyo Mark in there, he's above contempt of court in this country. And no more Samo. Now they are destroying what you are building. Now they are destroying what you are building. Fair court to kangaroo court. The same Apenyo marking and then or Pamucho and you're not party or back say security national applications here Community recruitment, right? Utian common no person say bribe because you say corruption because you say scandal be ho say dan you ene honorable Apenjoma can be pamu chew say your kind na huru de huru adasem enye no kore or a minority leader in parliament eti ye debate ben pa ano betim dia bo Ghana nkankro MPP for the yomude. Yes, some people are saying that honorable Apenjoma is becoming a nuisance in parliament. Sometimes it's not just about noise, it's about the quality of debate. It's about the quality of debate. Honorable Chairman Sabonsu, a debate here. What do you hear? You compare Chairman Sabonsu to Apenjoma. I'd say you all compare day and night. I'd say you compare the sea to the sky. And it's how you compare Satan to Onyankopo. You compare in terms of quality of debate. Chairman Sabonsu versus Haruna Idrusu. And today, NDC has one of the most fantastic leaders. And how Honorable Mahama Ayariga communicated, I'm telling you, what the adrenaline answer. You see, Honorable Mahama Ayariga, it's not just about noise making. In English, we say cacophony. It's not just about cacophony, being cacophonic. No, it's not just about that. It's not just about cacophony. Nyame ka ta say okay somewhere sisi so enye dede yo. But you see, when he sees a state of pandemonium in parliament, and wa ma me brofo abadodo Apenjoma ke me brofo ababu jam yense ma me kego no bra ma me dim na ebia na brofo menim no na maka no say that you take for me doctor free me sem no because say Professor Abdullah ba no hu brofo na me kana o say for doctor. Anyways, I mean, I can be treating you, Bruni. But near me can say, well, we're yarn a sambe pa hotel, ya de bachano. Ah, ya didn't call privileges committee at a point. But there was something I don't know about Apenjoma can call privileges committee. I don't know if it is disrespected speak or something. Me refi, something so I couldn't say. He was referred to the privileges committee at a point. On what? It was on Vetiana. I forgot me watch on Facebook for Muslim Kame. Across our parliament, na Ghana parliament, now we are reducing the integrity of parliament. That is a house of serious business. And look, why I even came, say, make Kankran say, Honorable Apenjoma can say, NDC for majority 4 day, so Foriata placards, pictures, ababetre, eti onu won ti bi da. Na ne ayame sirije me hwe kura ne say Council of Elders of MPP afrem FI ho ben. Opa Council of Witchcraft mfrem, we don't care. Opa sum na wiem atumfo adamo ne honhom no bronsam nya chairman. Oma fro so what? We don't care. And until I was surprised a bit, Honorable Dafiamapo now say ne kasa you will be apologetic. Why should you be apologetic, Honorable? Is it not true, Sir Papa Nedi Yesika? So only Yesika, what is he doing there? Say only Yesika, he should come and prove, he should come and exonerate himself. Oh, your chini see me chini. Me your chini, me frachim sino. Nana Kufado Papa, one me nana me papa, they were very close duo. At a point, na kufa dem ebi ono kronim. Ne papa nsa aseta mo no abrochi no. Me nana, he knew all the lands. Kenoforiata pata, sorry, Kenoforiata ne papa. My father knows him. One of the responsible guys in Achim, Kenoforiata papa, John Suforiata, that is his name. Why Honorable Apenjoma King? Who your chin is him? Yeah, Jessica has a tribalism. Yeah, Jessica has a tribalism. It only back on your chin. That is what be frame. Hey, it will chrome chin in is a mufan so. Me chrome chin no a cromfa. Musima menka. Now, okay. Tesia Musi, ye convicted into a cromfa yate. Would you warm rakeke? ti krom hanum ka ugu SIC state insurance ugu SIC because insurance the bar now the enterprise insurance muka say ya da krom ha. We didn't see this. International bonds loans and board ding no akwaje because data bank net transactional advisors Emma Ghana on the bond market. It is clear bakwaje bia na kan for at the can ten share and sana Ghana nyabi mo see way what's the name Kenoforiata unim nipa we kum wo Ghana. Do you know the number of people Kenoforiata has killed with domestic debt exchange program? Unim nipa doma ewu Samando. Go to the cemeteries and find out people who domestic death exchange program killed. Before you come and cry for Kenoforiata, say the sensibility of the family. What about the sensibility of Ghana? What about this? What about the sensibility of Ghana? Because and you to the Ghana ni kasamafo. Hey, we can build NDC to the best of glory. If Ghana dies, there is no NDC. We can build MPP to the greatest height. If Ghana dies, there is no MPP. No political party will ever survive. If Ghana, it's a good foundation for our country. No political party will survive. So we must see to building our country first, upon which other political parties will have strength. And to me, I know when to draw line between governance and power. Now, Apenamak is sorry and NDC for stop him. Stop him. Don't let him travel with the message he's making. Stop him right there. Maza, send this for Murefia. We have a reason here, Mamu, to tell majority. Ya Mamu to tell majority say go and play dilly-dally with the minority. We gave you a 2/3 majority because we want you to put them in their square face. Because sebi some who here Ghana for and kaya to abane mo. Dabi party omu krokrom dodo. Me MPs no omu krokrom minority fund dodo. Me look, they are Ghanaians. I'll never be against them, but these guys are against Ghana. Omu krokrom too much. It's not about Panama in Soria. What the hell? Those guys are about minority leaders. To say Haruna Idrusu. Oh, no, you the monitor Haruna Idrusu. Just monitor the guy. Fantastic guy. Haruna Idrusu. Onyelepo. Fantastic guy. Now Haruna Idrusu. Sorry no kasa. Dressing Pieswa. Haruna Idrusu. What are you talking about? Who born dog? Haruna Idrusu. Pia Bambagben. Taba Bambagben lead the caucus. One person bet me a kamano in MPP Mensa Bonsu or Che Mensa Bonsu. Or no, so a fantastic guy. And the Oton could run away in America. Profo Becca, Nyasa Samuel Becca. Nyadie. Let me leave it there. I came for Ghana today. Accra FM. I came for Ghana today. Now, I 9 months for one. Party. Me kai. Me syncrofoba ko she kukuam because omunya ya. Anka Kenobua no yejine frio me kind because Kenobua na mo spend it me call grounds etching crofo sika edemo mo bribe no ma sand aba betche Ghana for operation galam stop omo call omo nyeska omo de ba operation cowlex omo kono nya niema no mo de ba interministerial committee on illegal mining Anna Charles Bisu yes secretary MPP time omo kokoti bibia no mo de ba. But Kenobua's Naimos. Fantastic guys. Mama sorry mom. No me the gold, no. Any send your man they bring it back to the chest of our country. And that is a mark of integrity. Me translate can say yawa kronfo kroma, syndicates, thieves. I know said they will gather against them and I'll be coming there. And I know party me your documents, but me person me the document betuja. Those were the times guys called us. Omunya yanka yen trani yen adwuma na party yen yi honorable Amakofi Bua efro. The omunya yanka yi honorable Amakofi Bua. The sector minister. Now come the Galamsey campaign. Ababe minister of state. Look at John Mahama na adwuma. The man in my day. John Mahama, he's a smart guy. John Mahama, he comes to the table with so much political experience. John Mahama knows what he's doing, though. John Mahama is the most experienced president in the world. Donald Trump does not come close. No president in the world can compare himself to the president of Ghana. Now Donald Trump himself is aware. Can Donald Trump match John Mahama in terms of experience? Then Donald Trump is not truthful. But if Donald Trump, like I know him, he speaks truth, he speaks his mind, he will confirm, say, his senior boss is John Mahama. Assembly member, member of parliament, deputy minister, minister of state, vice president, the president 4 months or 5 months after the demise of late Professor Mayos. But here, president of Ghana, here, former president, Assembly president of Ghana, 2027, so he's going to be automatic AU chairperson. What are you talking about? So, for Beckers, what are you saying? So, President Mahama, this is what we are saying. And when no man can become Papa Panasam, because why Macron, why, what do one ever come? Who the Kufadwana? Why? Abusian, why? No, fantastic guy. John Mahama, a best size. Bonnie Bamboy this year, a best size. Onyala po. What I mean, he's a great.
We and some who team course or channel so, Mammy and our so Jemre, that send us or body, you know, and your dumbi edumiania, you be saying about room.